Picture this: a tense courtroom, a defendant facing life in prison, and all eyes on the star witness for the prosecution. Everyone thinks it's an open and shut case. But what happened next would send shockwaves through the legal world and become a story of justice nobody saw coming. This case revolved around a man named Michael, accused of a high-stakes robbery. The evidence seemed stacked against him. An eyewitness, a woman named Sarah, had positively identified him in a police lineup. The prosecution was confident. Michael's defense attorney, however, sensed something was off. He felt his client's insistence on his innocence was genuine.
Right.
But how could he prove it against a seemingly unshakable eyewitness testimony? The trial began, and the atmosphere was electric. The prosecutor called Sarah to the stand. She was calm, composed, and her testimony was powerful. She recounted the terrifying details of the robbery and, without a moment's hesitation, pointed directly at Michael. "That's the man," she said, her voice firm. The jury was visibly moved, could feel the hope draining from Michael's side of the room. It seemed like his fate was sealed. During the cross-examination, the defense attorney, a seasoned lawyer named David, decided to take a huge risk. Instead of trying to poke holes in Sarah's memory or discredit her character, he took a completely different approach. He started asking her about seemingly irrelevant details of her day. What did she have for breakfast? What was the weather like? What song was playing on the radio on her way to work? The prosecutor objected repeatedly, calling the questions a waste of time. The judge looked skeptical but allowed him to continue for a little while. The courtroom grew restless. Even Michael looked confused. But David pressed on, his questions becoming more and more specific. He asked about a small, independent coffee shop near the crime scene. "Did you stop there that morning, Sarah?" he asked gently. She hesitated for a fraction of a second before saying no. David then presented a security photo from that exact coffee shop, time-stamped just minutes before the robbery. The photo clearly showed Sarah at the counter. A minor lie, perhaps, but it was the first crack in her perfect story. Then came the bombshell. David asked Sarah about her brother. A sudden, sharp intake of breath was the only sound in the silent courtroom. He revealed that Sarah's brother was in deep financial trouble, owing a massive debt to a dangerous local figure. David then presented evidence showing that this figure had a history of using people to frame others for crimes they didn't commit in exchange for clearing their debts. The final, unbelievable twist came when David played a grainy, enhanced audio recording. It was a phone call from the day before the robbery. In it, Sarah's panicked voice could be heard talking to her brother. She was crying, saying she didn't want to do it, that she couldn't ruin an innocent man's life. His voice was cold, telling her she had no choice. The courtroom erupted. Sarah broke down on the stand, confessing everything. She had been coerced into identifying Michael to save her brother. The case was immediately dismissed. Michael was a free man, walking out of the courtroom into the arms of his weeping family. But the story doesn't end there. The investigation was reopened, this time focusing on the real culprits. Sarah, for her cooperation, received a reduced sentence for perjury. Her testimony was crucial in dismantling the entire criminal operation. It was a stunning reminder that in the quest for justice, the truth can come from the most unexpected places, and a single, courageous risk can change everything. This case didn't just free an innocent man. It exposed a deeper level of corruption and ultimately led to a much greater victory for justice. Thanks for watching this incredible story unfold. If you were as gripped by this as we were, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more unforgettable tales of justice. See you in the next video.